All right, there's your receipt, and thank you so much. You have a great night.
Thank you. Service here was terrible.
All right, well, there's another $0 tip. As a college student waiting tables, I'd like to explain how I get paid, why you should tip your server, and how you should tip your server. Servers are paid $2.13 an hour, and after taxes, you never see this money. So servers are working merely off of their tips. And according to Lucia Graves from the 2015 National Journal, this wage has remained constant for the past 23 years. And every tipped worker should be guaranteed the minimum wage for their state, and the employer should make up for this difference, but they don't. They just deliberately dodge it. So no matter how many hours you spend at work, your only source of income is your tips. After explaining how servers are paid, it should make sense that you should always tip your server. And regardless of the fact that you're tipping directly to your server, if you're in an establishment that has hostesses, bartenders, or busboys, they all receive a little bit of tip share, which basically means that a small percentage of your bill is given to your associates. And so in a situation like this, where you have a $0 tip, it doesn't matter. I still have to pay for that tip share out of my own money, meaning that I'm paying for myself to wait on you. So the sole reason that you go to a restaurant is for the food, and you don't go for your experience. So you shouldn't give your tip based on your experience with your server. And according to Jamie Simmerman from Money Ning Online, you should communicate with your management and your server if you're having a bad experience, just to prevent this bad experience from happening with future guests. And a couple of proper tipping guidelines from Jeff Williams from the U.S. News and World Report. You should always tip 20% for good service, and you should never tip less than 10%. And he says that you should just round your tip to the nearest $10 and then tip 20% on that, just to make your math a little bit easier. In some restaurants in Miami, Florida, they already place an 18% gratuity on your tip, regardless of how many people are in your party, so you should always watch out for that. But now that you know how servers are paid, how you should tip, and why you should tip, I hope that we can prevent these $0 tips for myself and other servers in the future.